She is an international educator as well as an educator for AIFD Education Partners in Bucks County. She is the author of Framing Floral Techniques.
You got
Speaker
it.
and my friend, Renee Tucci. How are you?
Hi, Valerie. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, welcome to the Beautiful People series.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited to talk to you because I want to tackle first that your current AIFD president-elect, national president.
National
Talk
President.
about that.
Yeah.
That is an accomplishment.
Thank you. Yeah, so I was inducted into AIFD in 2016 and immediately was asked to join the Northeast Regional Board. So I got involved in leadership on a regional level, and pretty soon after was asked to join the National Board of Directors. And I am just a glutton and I just can't help myself. So after a year, I ran for secretary and worked my way up from VP, and now I'm president-elect. So I will be National AIFD president in July, which is an incredible honor, but it's also there's a lot of weight to it. I take it very seriously.
Yeah.
It's a big deal to me.
So tell us what some of the duties that you'll have or tasks. I mean, geez, I'm sure it's probably a lot. You just touch on a few.
Okay. Well, it's a lot of meetings. We have 3 official board meetings every year with the full board that we usually travel to. I was just in one in Denver at one last week. And as president, it will be my job to just oversee everything. And there are so many tentacles and layers of things that happen with AIFD to further our mission of education that it's almost a full-time volunteer position just to keep up with everything that's going on and make sure all of the financials are set and everything is just being directed in an appropriate way for our members.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So jump into your book. Is there going to be another book? Because this one came out in 18, right?
Actually 21. So
21.
The only reason I
wrote it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been already 4 years or 3 years. The only reason I wrote it is because of COVID. I had nothing else to do. I'm an educator and an event designer, so my calendar completely cleared, and I'm not good at sitting still. So I called a publisher. I told him I had this idea. They said, let's do it. So I spent 14 weeks nonstop writing it during the first few months of COVID. And then we had 6 photo shoots to get all the pictures. And that was like just as we were like able to come back together, but still masked. And we had to be socially distant during the photo shoot. It was like such a weird time.
It was so weird, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then the following November is when it was finally published. And
how did that feel?
Incredible. Really just like a true highlight of my life, really. So will there be a second? I have an idea for a second, and I actually sat down to write it last January.
Okay.
It just didn't feel like the right time. So instead of pushing it, I said, I just put a pin in it. So there might be, but it is a very labor intensive thing to write a book.
Yeah.
And now that we are not confined to our houses for 6 months, it'll be difficult for me to do another one.
Okay. All right. Well, want to give us any sort of insider information as to what kind of book it would be?
Well, so my first book was all about techniques because I'm a teacher. I love to teach design. So the first book was all about techniques. So I'm thinking an appropriate succession to that would be an expansion on applications of the techniques that were featured in the first book. So that I think that's where I would take it. And I have the framework in mind. I just have to, like I said, put my nose to the grind and really get it done.
When it comes calling, it's going to be a good one, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe I just need to escape to an island and dedicate myself to
I don't think with your schedule, that's for sure. let's talk about the Philadelphia Flower Show. Now, you have been doing the flower show for the past 13 years.
I think it might be more like 15 or 16 now.
I know that you volunteered for, a lot of different people, that we have in common, friends that we have in common. Tell us a little bit about your experience with the flower show and in particular, the last few that you've done, because they've been pretty monumental.
Yeah, so yeah, the first 10 years I got involved in the Philadelphia Flower Show, I was volunteering for different teams, and would just go there and like fill water tubes or twist
Yeah.
wires or glue petals, whatever was needed of me. Um, and then in and then I started getting involved. I worked for a company that did the entrance design at the Philadelphia Flower Show. So through that, I got to know the people at the front office of PHS who put on the show, the Pennsylvania Horticulture Society. And so I did that with them for 3 years. And then I decided to make the leap, leave retail, leave that job, go headfirst into freelancing and being a teacher. The timing of that was August 2019. And then, of course, 2020 came. So, you know what happened there. But when I decided to leave that job, the folks at PHS reached out to me and were like, well, since you're not going to be doing the entrance garden anymore, we'd like you to do your own exhibit, which was one of the scariest conversations I've ever had in my life. And I pretty much said yes for the same reason that I've said yes to anything that's been posed to me. When I'm scared, for some reason, when people see something in me that I don't believe in, that I don't see in myself, I choose to blindly accept it. I mean, it's the only reason that I've gotten anything accomplished is because someone has said you can do it, and I listened instead of listening to the inner demons, which are definitely in there. I tried to quiet them down and just listen to the others. So they said I could do it. So I chose to believe them, and I did. So in 2020, right before COVID lockdown, we did produce my own exhibit for the Philadelphia Flower Show, modeled after Princess Grace in collaboration with the Principality of Monaco. Their government actually worked together with me on that. And then after that, we had 2 years of the show being outside in June because of COVID, which was insane. I do not want to do an outside flower show ever again.
Oh my gosh.
And did those two. And then this past year, I was asked to chair the AIFD exhibit at the Philadelphia Flower Show. So I did that, which was incredible. We worked with a team of over 60 designers that came in from literally all over the world to be part of our team. And so just worked with my collaborator, Ron Mulray. We designed the exhibit and managed everyone that was involved with it. It was an incredible experience, but definitely a labor of love. And just like most of the things I do, all volunteer.
Yeah, nice. Oh gosh. That's why they call us starving artists.
You nailed it.
Yeah. So speaking of the scariest thing, what do you think you've struggled with in floral design or personally?
Yeah, well, I'm not unique. I've had a lot of things that have not been great in my life, and I'm doing the work, and I'm all about therapy. I think everybody should be in therapy, even the people that feel healthy. I think the thing that I've come to grips with is that I just have this really strong imposter syndrome situation happening that I work every day to quiet it down and to do things like believe in other people when they believe in me instead of listening to the little voice in my head.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate to have several key mentors that have come into my life and wouldn't let me listen to those voices. But it is still a struggle every day to just feel like I belong where I am and that I am enough and that I can make big decisions and lead people and manage situations and events and occasions and teach people. I mean, just dealing with students that are like serious about learning
Mhm.
floral design, about maybe changing
Mhm.
careers and going into floral design or having it be an important hobby for them, I don't want to do it wrong. It's
Yeah,
important to them. I feel the weight of it, and I just have to constantly tell myself, you're doing it right. Keep going.
yeah,
It's not going to be perfect, but at least it's not nothing. So
yeah.
that's I would say the biggest thing is the imposter syndrome.
Mhm. Well, one of the very first things that you said, I'm not unique. And to be honest, I feel that you are unique. And that's why I asked you on this series, because I think that you have given the floral community a lot. Um, I mean, you should be proud of your accomplishments, and that lack of confidence. Oh, we need to smash it.
Oh, thank you.
I
I
think
mean,
you're amazing. I feel honored to be your friend.
oh,
I
thank
love that we
you.
know each other for a long time now, and this is the first conversation that we've had, about your career. So, I just want to say that.
Thank you. That's really, really sweet. And I'm going to revisit that for the next few weeks until something else comes up.
Mhm.
Those are the kinds of things that I have to play back in my head. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you for saying that. And I am over 40 now. The cliche is true. I wish I could go back 20 years ago and tell, younger Renee, it is going to
yeah.
be okay. It
It's
is.
gonna be okay.
It's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. You just got to believe it. And
Yeah.
so
So
that,
speaking of young Renee, what advice do you think that you could give someone maybe for starting out in floral design?
oh, it's a great
Or maybe
question.
something that like nobody told you and you were like, wish somebody would have told me that.
Yeah. Oh gosh, so many things. But and that's a really important question because aren't we all
Mhm.
focusing on the pipeline right now? Like
Yeah,
how our industry is changing and morphing, and what are we going to do, and how are we going to find people to stay with it? But I think the important thing to remember and to tell young folks is that there will always be a need for flowers. There will always be weddings. There will always be funerals. There will always
yeah,
be occasions where flowers are the thing that provide the message. And I, I haven't really been a dedicated delivery driver for flower shop. I've done it here and there, but I always think that's got to be the greatest job because
yeah,
when somebody opens the door, they're like so happy to see the flowers that they're
yeah,
receiving as a gift. That is so impactful. And there's
it
always
really
going to be a
is.
need for flowers. So while it may not be the highest paying job always, although it can be if you're smart, um, it will not go out of style. It's going to be a
Yeah.
needed thing.
I think it's rewarding in other ways. I think mentally it's rewarding
Oh,
and it
mental
gives
health
you,
benefits. Oh, the list is long.
yeah, for sure. What what's one thing people don't know about you that you'd like to share? If it's not too personal.
No, it's totally an okay question. I just hmm, flower related or not?
Whatever you want.
Um, hmm. Well, one of my first jobs, I have shared this before, so some people might know it, but speaking again to the young people, I guess, my first job at a flower shop, first of all, it was the week of Valentine's Day. So it was a sink or swim situation. And the majority of the first year that I worked for that shop, I was literally jumping in the dumpster out back every other day, trying to make more room in the dumpster, trying to push all the trash down, sweeping the floors, like just doing all the little things. And
Yeah,
for some reason, I loved it and I just kept going with it. I mean, I don't
yeah,
mean jumping in dumpsters, but that's
right.
part of the job.
Sure. Yeah,
Um, and I think that kind of work ethic is maybe what got me to where I am today. Like
yeah, no
you
doubt.
have to do all the things.
Yeah. What do you want to do more of in 2025?
Mm, great question. Uh, you know, I'm in a I'm in a real sweet spot right now. It took me a long time to figure out where I was comfortable. And right now, with my freelance work paired with my teaching, I have a lot of flexibility to take on special projects as well, in between in the
Mhm.
in-betweens. And I just want to do more of that. I want to do more of a little bit of everything.
Nice.
I really love the freelance work. I really love teaching. It's incredibly rewarding. And just having the ability to do the crazy projects that come across my desk.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's some cool stuff coming up in 2025. I can't really talk about them
Woo!
yet.
Okay, well, we'll stay tuned for sure.
Okay.
What's one thing on your bucket list?
Oh, I'm actually going to achieve it. Right now,
Ooh.
number one on my bucket list, as I've been working through it, is to go to Chelsea Flower Show, and I'm going next May. So uh,
Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty psyched. I convinced the husband. It wasn't a hard sell, actually. So we're going to head to London at the end of May to see the Chelsea Flower Show. So to just attend it and not work it and to take it all in and to see the town around the show, all the shops get all done up in flowers. I just can't wait. So
Yeah, that's amazing.
yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a good trip. Maybe you can definitely document that or go
Oh,
live so we can all watch.
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Did you always feel like I feel like you're such a good teacher or educator about the things that you know. Did you always feel that way? Like when you first started, did you feel like you were, how
Um,
did you know like you wanted to do more teaching?
it's the common theme. So as I started teaching, the reaction from people that would come up to me at the end of class that hung back because they wanted to talk to me was just like letting me know that I conveyed the information in a way that made it very easy for them to understand
Right.
it. They learned things, they were able to apply them to what they were doing. And so by just listening to them tell me that I was doing it right, I just kept doing it. And every time I did it, I thought, from a student's perspective, like, can I break this down even further? How can I explain this so that it makes a lot of sense? What language should I be using to folks that have, I mean, where I teach at Bucks County Community College, it's a continuing education program. So we get a lot of folks who come, it's their hobby. They come after work. They're,
Yeah.
medical workers or they're in marketing or whatever. They're not in the industry. They don't know the jargon. So it's important that I think about things through that lens. And so by folks just telling me that how I'm conveying the information is working for them, it lights a fire in me and it makes me want to keep doing it. So
Yeah, that is awesome.
yeah.
That's amazing. What what's one thing, Renee, that you would change about the floral industry?
Um, you know, sustainability is such a huge part and needs to be and should be a big part of everyday discussions in this industry
Yeah,
now. I'm excited to know that folks are working on our products becoming more sustainable.
yeah,
And I would just like to see even more of that.
yeah.
I AFE is doing really good work with Sustainabloom, and there's all kinds of great work being done creating new products that are not single use and that biodegrade and things like that. And I'll be honest, I still use floral foam because sometimes it's just the most
Hmm.
practical thing in different applications. But
Yeah,
I'm working really hard to minimize my impact, and I'm excited to see that more things like that are coming down the pike.
yeah. And we don't shame here.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well,
I
well,
don't either. I don't either
yeah,
because we're all just doing our best.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I
truly,
agree. And being on the wholesale end of it, like you just see the packaging alone
the
is
plastic. Oh,
just, oh my gosh, it drives me crazy. And I feel, hopefully we'll get a grip on it and start using, yeah, like biodegradable plastics and cardboards and things. Um, but yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like it's very wasteful.
yeah. I
you
mean,
know.
they're working on it. Smarter people than me are working on it. So
Yeah,
if you
that's
ask me,
true.
like, if there's one thing I could change, it would be to make that work go faster so we can be better.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Any exciting projects?
Well, I will be back at the Philadelphia Flower Show again at the end of February. In full transparency, after last year's giant project with AIFD, I swore I was never going to do it again. But then we got the word that our school, Bucks College, is going to have its own space on the show floor this year,
Wow.
which is a huge deal. So I'm going to work with the students and help them produce their exhibit. Um,
Do we
I
know the theme this year?
I don't believe they have announced it yet.
Okay.
I think they typically do their big launch press conference at some point in November, so it should be any day now.
Okay.
Um, I believe I can mention it here. That I've been asked to be the lead designer for the first spouse luncheon in Washington, D.C., which up until now has been called the First Ladies Lunch, but now, you know, it, it could be a first gentleman. So at the time of this
Wow.
recording, we don't know who's going to be elected. So um, that's a really big deal, an honor to be asked to be the lead designer for that. So that's going to happen in the spring as well.
Wow. Congratulations on that. Renee, thank you so much coming on and just sharing your story and your life with us. I adore you, and I think that you are an incredible person. You're doing so many great things for the floral industry, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
The feeling is mutual. Right back at you. It was my pleasure to be here. Thanks, Val.